So this no spend stuff in 2024, how'd January go? All the totals are in. So I would say expect around the middle of the month to get last month's update. That's what the scheduled plan is going for. I finally got the totals in and we're over budget. How much are we over budget? We're 200 over budget as far as planned budget. So I'm outside. I'm sorry it's windy. But it's so sunshiny. I'm sitting here on the kids' trampoline to give you our update. I thought, I love the sunshine. Why not let's bust out of the house and sit here? Where are my children? Not on the trampoline. They're with my husband. I finally trained my children in fishing enough in the boat that I, for the first time, chose to just stay at home and not go fishing with everybody. I love it. So they're enjoying themselves. They've had like a carp jump in the boat. A gentleman who was fishing gave them a catfish, and so they're enjoying life. So now let's you and I go on this journey to find out where we derailed and where we have $200 that we need to work on keeping in our pocket and not having it leave on this no spend challenge. If you don't know already, we're doing a no spend for 2024. We're doing it all year. That doesn't mean that we're going to just be the strictest of people. We're learning. This is more about a journey of learning to manage our money and to get out of debt. We also have a debt we would like to pay off. So we're just trying to get better with our finances, and it offers us a form of communication in our household and an accountability on YouTube kind of thing, and sharing some of the hacks and tricks and tips. So we put in our wood-burning stove. We had stupid cold weather for Arkansas. I mean, it got down to like 5 degrees. So you can see our little smokestack up there. It is smoking. I don't think you can see it with the gorgeous sun. But we thought, we did it about halfway through January, I believe is what it was. And so we used, during that really cold weather for about a week, we used 2 plug-in heaters because we don't have central heat and air. And it cost us. Come to find out, using like an electric heater, I guess they call them like space heaters or something. I may get that wrong. I don't know. But I read in our C&L book that we get from our electrical company. They're pretty cool to give that book out every month and in the mail, and we read through it. And it does have some tricks and tips in it. They recommended like not using them because it can be closer to like $60 a month. One of them cost you. And we used them, and they ran the entire time, day and night, because that cold weather, it was like a week-long event. And so, and then let me think, then we used them the 2 weeks without having them. Now, we turn them off when we leave the house and stuff like that. We leave like a little oil one going because we feel like that's safer, probably, but we didn't really like that idea either. So, anyway, we do have we had 1 week, I'm trying to get my thoughts together, we had 1 week that we did not use any extra electrical wall gas, as Tyler calls it, heating sources. So I hoped we would see a bigger savings when it came down to it on our electric bill, but we really didn't have much of a chance. So we were warmer though with our wood burning stove. So what did we save? Nothing on electricity. We're over budget $127.32. What was our electric bill? So if you've watched our first video where we just talk about how we're going to try to go down this journey and how we're going to look at stuff, one like electrical thing was to be like unplugging your things or keeping them on strips to be able to like stop the electrical pooling, feeding wall gas, usage, like when you're not charging your phone, things like that. And so we ended up spending what we wanted to do, like I was talking about in that video, $100 a month. Now, granted, I prepare in my mind that that's on average. That's for the whole year. So we have to try to pull this out somewhere to make it on average. So I'm not looking to spend more than I guess that would be $1,200 for the entire year. So, but each month I still want to keep around $100. My goal is that we actually are under that $1,200, but reality's reality, and that's what I'm trying to keep with. So we spent, our electric bill for January was $227.32. So that's over. But granted, we also have the whole year to make up for that. And so come still in cold weather, we are not using any wall gas with our electric heaters. And so nothing's plugged in there. But we ended up also having to use our dryer more than I wanted. It rained a solid week after it was froze for a solid week. So there's no way to line dry. I need to work on a couple of things. I need to make sure that I find a way to dry my clothes inside, which is going to take organization and just doing smaller loads when I have to dry them inside for bad weather, for weather-related reasons. So I need to work on that. We need to work on using our dishwasher less. That cost us too. So I've already started working on that one. In our last video that uploaded, not our shorts, but our last video that uploaded, what we did was batch cooked. We took about 6 hours buying the groceries. Tyler did about an hour prep on some meat. I did an hour prep on everything else. And we're cutting down on our usage on our dishwasher once a day. And sometimes we could do twice a day with our milking jugs and things like that. And so, and there's been a day or two that we haven't used our dishwasher. But I was only doing like half a rack some of those days. So that saves some time. So we're learning ways to use our appliances less by planning more. And this is getting us to a simpler lifestyle because it's been stupid easy. And I say stupid easy to just pull out stuff. Like right now, I'm taking the broth and I'm cooking rice. We'll go get some cream of mushroom soup, and I've got cooked chicken. When we get home from JC's basketball practice, we're going to throw it all in a dish, bake it, put some cheese on it, cook some broccoli, and we have food for very little cleanup and for very little time on a busy day. So I'm working towards simple living, and I'm also working on our no spend year. And those are really going well together. So, here in the way, what was our other one we're going to work on that really save us money? Food. We're not eating the most nutritional food as far as like organic or grown off our farm. We're having to survive. Go watch the last video. We kind of talk on that. So we're going for cheaper options. We have a few things we're dead set on. But then we can kind of free up some other things. We're going to buy our butter we're not making it right now. But we're going to buy a brand butter. But then we're going for generic things. And unless we find that the generic, there's maybe an on sale item or something like that. But we're just going for cheaper options in the grocery store. And I think it's helped our grocery bill tremendously. Last year, we could easily do like $1,000 a month. Okay. And that's with us having eggs and milk. But this time last year, we didn't have eggs. Our chickens they want our no spend as much as us. They're kicking butt and taking names when it comes to eggs. They have not let us down, and keeping us in eggs saves us money. And it saves us money. Why? Having chickens cost money to feed. No, ours don't. We don't feed our chickens. How do we get away with that? We'll probably have to make a video on that sometime. But basically, we do feed our milk cows some grain. And the chickens get the leftover unprocessed milk cow grain. So she does some work for them. And then they have to work to find it in her extras. Y'all just know where that's going. So anyway, let's not go down the poop trail. Especially with my kids not here. They always like to talk about poop. I don't know. So, what did we spend on our grocery bill? Well, let's first talk about what we were going to spend. How much do you spend on your grocery bill, and how can you cut costs? I saw Rachel Cruz said, like, just buying generic can sometimes save you 15% is what's kind of floating around out there as an idea. So, could you save big time on 15% less on your grocery bill? Yeah, who couldn't right now, as much as everything's gone up? But we don't buy eggs and we don't buy milk, but we wanted to spend $400 a month, or at least a week. Sometimes that's going to be a little different when there's an extra week in that month. So what did we spend? And we did eat out some. We're trying to cut that back. But this is a family of 5. And for food at the store, we spent $529.79. Now, how did we cut it down from like $1,000 a month? I don't know. We prepared for this a long time ago unknowingly. I do sourdough, and I've had my sourdough for like, how long? For 4 years, my starter. This starter, I've worked on it before that, but this starter I've kept going on 5 years. So no lunch breads. All breads were made. No pizza crust, no breadsticks, anything like that. So I do say that helped us. Cooking from scratch is overwhelming at times, but start somewhere. Start with your biggest source of food. Like what do you do all the time? We eat noodles all the time. Cook noodles at home. Get you a bag of flour. Maybe you have fresh eggs. Get some eggs if not. And save some money. I do believe it saved us money. But we're still $129.79 over budget. So, in that aspect. So, we still want to bring that down even more. We're going to find more ways. I think that's one we have to be patient with, because it's a learning process. And we actually started this learning process last year when we realized how much we were spending with the price hike and everything on stuff. We were just like, crap, we've got to address our food budget. So I'm not upset about that one. I'm actually okay with that one because pretty happy with it. Now, I'm even okay with our eating out. I've got to be realistic with this no spend. Don't do something that's just stupid on your part, unreachable. Make this a successful habit. Make it where you can do it regularly. Don't reach something. Be who you are, but work with yourself and challenge yourself. And sometimes you can challenge yourself, complete that for a long time, and challenge yourself again and reach that goal in small increments. So don't just do it where you're going to fail. Don't create a failure. Life is full of those. You don't need to be your hardest, set yourself up for failure. Don't do it. So eating out. We live 20 minutes from town. When we go to town, like in our video about our no spend year, we go and get everything done we can. We can be uptown all day long getting stuff done. So eating out, we spent last month, January, this is January, we spent $58.41. So I'm not upset with that. That was 3 times eating out for our family. Tyler ate out once. Me and the kids ate out twice. And then as a family, we ate out. That's not bad at all. I actually had to recheck the total. Me and the kids, we took a certain amount of money and just ate out with it. We went to McDonald's and we just got McChickens, and it cost next to nothing because it was buy one, get one, or buy 2 and get one. I don't know, whatever it was. There was a deal. We utilized it, and it just got us tied over till we got home. And we also did breakfast because we were unprepared. I see where food prep is going to save me a ton of money. It's going to make a prepared habit. In time, I need to get a snack bag for town going. I really do. I don't know when that's going to get in my wheelhouse. Stay tuned. Watch us. We'll figure this out eventually in our no spend year because it's going to save us money. Where we'll do small water bottles and just snack foods, maybe packed nuts. Some of these convenient items, packing them up in a bag that we take in and out of the vehicle because you don't want them in there when it's 100+ degrees in Arkansas. But that will be our go-to thing. And I guarantee you I can sit it in a spot in my house and tell my kids to grab it when we go to town, and they'll be super with it. And make it to where when we're I'm hungry, or when it's oh crumb, I don't have time to cook breakfast because I just dawdled and did something else, and look up and it's time to get to town. And so anyway, we can probably cut out some of that eating out, but I think we're going to do better by taking $100, putting in an envelope and designating it just for eating out. It's not that I don't ever want to eat out, but I would like to just have it for emergencies only and I would like to have it already out of my account and not make it a monthly habit. And then if it's like a couple of months and it's still there, say, hey, let's go out to eat as a family, or hey, kids go here and let's date night it. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll figure all that out together. But we are over budget with those 3 things, and getting a hold of those 3 things has already decreased our finances, like our outgoing, what we spend. And I'm excited to say I feel good, and I think next month I'll feel even better. So I just have to keep thinking, preparing for success, and cautious with setting myself up for failure. So keep watching Borrowed Acres Farm. Like I say, the middle of the month, expect to see a no spend for this year for us update each month. Subscribe if you want to know how this goes. In the end, we're going to sit down and really talk it out and see what we have learned. But I hope I give you hacks along the way as we try them, fail with them, succeed with them, whatever. Borrowed Acres Farm.